Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Big up to everyone that's locked in over on Chelsea Fan TV, and welcome to your daily transfer update and another live stream, guys. You know what to do. Make sure you smash the likes on both channels. Make sure you subscribe to both channels as well if you haven't done so already, and let's get this show on the road. As always, with Chelsea, there is plenty to get into, and we also had the emotional farewell from Cesar Azpilicueta, club captain, 11 years of service, 9 trophies, lifted every single trophy there possibly could be, and a very, very emotional farewell. I think it's probably a few tears shed by a lot of Chelsea fans today with the video, the statement, and all sorts. We'll be diving into that, unpacking that. Christian Pulisic closing in on a move to AC Milan. A fee is virtually agreed now. 18 million euros plus 4 million euros in add-ons. So he's drawing closer to that move. We also got links with Paulo Dybala, which we discussed yesterday, but they don't seem to be going away at the moment either. They're getting closer as they seem to be coming stronger again. Brighton apparently quoting that they want £100 million for Moises Caicedo. They're not going to get that, but that's what's been reported today in the Telegraph. And also that Hakim Ziyech could still move to Al Nassr. The offer is still on the table should he decide to take it. And there's also reports saying that Chelsea are admirers of Valencia's goalkeeper, Georgi Mamardashvili, as well, and have been tracking him in recent months as we go into the goalkeeping situations as well. But guys, as always, big yourselves up in the chat. I'm going to say hello to a few of you in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from around the world, and we're going to say hello to a few people. Let's have a look who we got going here, guys. So Michael, big up, thanks for coming in. We got here Stuart selling everyone a latest incoming 17-year-old. The budget, there's separate budget for these younger players. It's got nothing to do with the first team budget. Those deals are done totally separately. There will be incomings in the first team. You can clearly tell Azpilicueta'S leaving announcement was really genuine and came from the heart. He's proper Chelsea good luck legend. Absolutely, we're going to get into that. We'll get into the Caicedo news. Big up from Serbia. Nenad, appreciate you tuning in. Where is everyone? Yeah, people, where is everyone? Aspi, my legend. Oh, absolutely, Jimmy. Absolutely. Levon's in the house. The best left back since Ashley Cole for Chelsea. Just about the best right back for Chelsea. We call him Dave. Yeah, he's done exceptionally well for the club. What's happening with the kit sponsor? Nothing at this point in time. At the moment, there is nothing going on with the kit sponsor. Nothing new to report on that front, people. So, yeah, let's wait and see what happens in the coming days on that one. But we'd like to think that within the next 11 days there will be a kit launch and a new shirt, because we don't want to go to the States for pre-season tour and play in our matches in last season's shirt. We'd have to play in a blank shirt because the 3 sponsorship deal has expired. Sav, big up, my guy. Hope you're good. Big up, Charlie, and everyone in the comments. Ask me proper Chelsea, what a legend. Chelsea opens offers for Sterling. I've seen one report from Footy Insider on that. I don't know how reliable or accurate that is. Surely we go for Dybala. Great cover for Nkunku. We're going to get involved in that. Blue is the colour. Big up. Shavindra, big up, my guy. Very emotional and heartfelt. It absolutely was. Are we animals? Absolutely, we're animals. Aspie will always be in our hearts. Yeah, absolutely. Chelsea admin is a joke, by the way. Well, what's the Chelsea admin done? Hello from South Korea. Big up all the Chelsea fans from South Korea. Aspie will always be our captain. Blues legends forever. Dave, Mr. Chelsea in Kenya. Big up. Yeah, most decorated player ever. Thoughts on Brighton demanding? We're going to get into this. They won't get that, but we're going to unpack this. We should buy Joe. Joe who? We need to get Caicedo deal. Agreed on that. Brother Aspie took my heart. Yeah, it was a hard one to read. That it was a tough one. Why Dybala? Ziyech is a better player in my opinion. No, he absolutely isn't. And Ziyech is not playing that 10 role. Rabid Blue Blood, big up my guy. Farewell, Dave. Proper Chelsea. That's the way to send a farewell. Yeah, no, yeah, I was a bit upset. I don't want to say upset, but yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Wasn't expecting it. And then he's crying in the video. Yeah, it's one of them. There's been a lot of emotional farewells recently, but if you're going to leave a club, then that is absolutely the way to do it. And, certain other players could take note from that. If we're being honest with ourselves here, until United close to get Højlund, are they? Fucking hell, I was on with Saeed earlier. And why couldn't that have come earlier? Why couldn't that have come earlier? Højlund, again, I'm not really sure how decent he's going to be, if we're being totally honest. But yeah, anyway, back to what we were talking about, Azpilicueta. Thoughts on Mount? Done all that yesterday. It's done and dusted. It is what it is. I'm disappointed it had to come to that, but we move. Let's get into Azpilicueta'S farewell message then. People, I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to play the 6-minute video. Don't worry. We are going to go into this here. So here we go. So this is the first little one. Obviously, he's won it all. Everything there is to win for the club. And it starts with, "Dear Chelsea family, this is without doubt the hardest letter I've ever had to write, but I want to be the one to share this with you. After 11 incredible seasons, proudly keeping the blue flag flying high, the time has come for me to leave Chelsea. Our journey started together on the 24th of August 2012. After waiting impatiently to travel to London, my first day as a Chelsea player finally became a reality. From the first moment I wore the blue shirt, I felt right at home. I will always remember the butterflies in my stomach as I looked at all the trophies and successful moments posted on the wall of the training ground, a success that a young Aspie wanted to emulate. I could have not imagined to be here today after 508 appearances, winning 9 trophies and being your captain. Adriana and I arrived in London as a young couple, and we are leaving as a family of 5 with our kids having been born and raised in England. Our bond with the city and the club will remain forever." There he is signing. Right, he's looking fresh face there, isn't he? 2012. What a shirt that was as well, by the way. And then we move on to the next bit. "I'm immensely grateful to my teammates, past and present, for helping me to improve every day. Training and playing with top world-class players, giving me the chance to raise the bar every single time, always aiming to be the best I could be. We have spent hours and hours together, always pushing each other, working to improve, and with the objective of getting the results we wanted. I would like to mention every head coach and coaching staff that I've had the privilege of working with: Roberto, Rafa, Jose, Gus, Antonio, Maurizio, Frank, Thomas, and Graham. Thank you for trusting me and for pushing me to improve every day. I feel extremely lucky to have had the amazing opportunity to learn from different cultures and different styles of management, all of them looking to accomplish the same goal. At the end of each season, winning titles for the club. Thank you to the staff at Cobham and Stamford Bridge, from the players' welfare department to physical therapists, kitmen, executives, doctors, chefs, fucking hell, and every single person working at Chelsea. None of the titles we get to lift on the pitch would be possible without your hard work day in and day out. So please never forget that these titles are your titles too. Thank you for everything, for welcoming me with open arms, and above all, for your friendship. And finally, to the amazing Chelsea fans, thank you for the privilege of wearing the blue shirt, of carrying your passion for these colours on and off the pitch for 11 unforgettable seasons. Every single day that I got to wear number 28 on my back was a dream come true, and it is the honour of my life to be a part of this club's history. I'm forever indebted to you. You have taught me what it means to be blue. From now on, I'll be cheering on you all from afar, but my love for this club will never change. I'm the person and the player that I am, thanks to Chelsea, and I can now only wish the best for everyone at the club." Wow. Yeah. Don't know where to start with that. What a player. Obviously meant every single word of that. A player that epitomizes what it means to play for Chelsea. Always someone that gave 100% every time that he stepped on the pitch. Every time he put the shirt on his back, he gave 100%. Even last season, when we know that his legs were gone, he wasn't really at the required level anymore. He always gave 110% every time he put the shirt on. What a guy, what a player, what a legend as well. You know, at one point in his career, he was comfortable anywhere across the back line. He was phenomenal at left back, phenomenal at right back, even slotting in at centre back in a back three. He still did a very good job as well. And to think 11 years ago, he paid £7 million for a young Spanish lad from Marseille, and to go on to be the most decorated Chelsea captain of all time, the only captain to lift every single major trophy. It's quite something. An emotional farewell, as you would expect. There's obviously a video version as well, which is obviously, yeah, quite hard hitting as well in terms of the levels of emotion from Aspie. But yeah, guys, what are your reactions to that in the chat? Let me know what your favourite Azpilicueta moments are. He's obviously going to go and join Atletico Madrid. I think he's going to be unveiled tomorrow as an Atletico Madrid player. But yeah, people, let me know your thoughts on your favourite Aspie moments in the chat. Doesn't necessarily have to be a goal or anything like that, but let me know your favourite Azpilicueta moments in the chat. But yeah, a sad day for Chelsea, I guess. One that we knew was coming. But yeah, Azpilicueta, 11 years at the club. He now departs and he goes off to Atletico Madrid, signing a 2-year contract to be unveiled for them tomorrow. Let's see what people are saying. See how much Chelsea meant to him on the video today. Was just wholesome, proper blue geezer. Yeah, what a guy. I'm so glad that I got to be at his last ever Chelsea match and that he got the legend banner what a guy. And I'm glad that I hung around a little bit at the end, because his car on the way out after the Newcastle game last day of the season, he was mobbed, fans all over his car. It's a shame that we never really got to say a proper goodbye, because you never got the feeling from his lap of honour that he was actually leaving. But I know they don't really do testimonials anymore. They're sort of a little bit out of fashion. But I hope that maybe they do a testimonial for Azpi, or they sort out something. Maybe he comes back to play in the Legends match in September or something like that, because he does need a bit of a send-off, I think. Azpi, legend, we love you, absolutely. What else have we got kicking on here? We have got Azpi, legend, once a blue, always a blue. Yes, George, hope you're good, bro. What a player. Business like that is unheard of in today's football. Yeah, no, you don't get business like that anymore. 7 million quid nowadays. Like, we just signed a 17-year-old defender from Everton for the academy. £4 million for a 17-year-old academy defender. That is kind of mad. Like, it's not what you expect really at all. But yeah. I remember watching an interview he did with Torres when they asked him if we can call him Dave. Oh, yeah, I remember that as well. £7 million for a player like that puts some players. Yeah, but again, it's different market, different times now. 7 million quid now is probably could be close to 25, 30 million pounds. When I see Azpi tears and how Mason was cold, I don't know what to think. Was Mason ever wanted to? No, I think he did. But yeah, Azpi will be a great gaffer someday. Yeah, I think apparently Azpilicueta wants to come back after he's finished playing and have some sort of role at Chelsea, which I think is more than good enough for me. No, Mbappe is not going anywhere other than Real Madrid. Lovely example of loyalty. Miss him dearly, absolutely. Mbappe, Osimhen, please be realistic. Yeah, we're not getting any of those guys, so people can stop mentioning that. Azpi scoring and kissing the badge. Yep. We should celebrate Azpilicueta'S time at Chelsea instead of... Yeah, I've forgotten a Mount's done. Best of luck to Dave. Top man. Best moments are every time he lifted a trophy. Absolutely. I think for me, the best moment was probably when he lifted the Club World Cup, kind of coming full circle. Chelsea winning everything, sort of the curtain falling on Roman's time at the club, and him becoming the most decorated captain in the club's history. I think that was a great moment. Azpi being the first to congratulate Trevor Chalobah after he scored his first goal for the club. Yep, against Crystal Palace, for opening day of the season, a couple seasons ago. Always remember Azpi for his leadership skills and hard work and keeping the team together. Absolutely. One of Azpi's moments, goal against Ajax in the UCL comeback. Oh, the 4-4. Yeah, the 4-4. Azpi is a legend, even though his performance dropped recently. Yeah, obviously, as he's got towards the end of his career, not quite what we were expecting from him, but ultimately it kind of is what it is, people. What a player, what a guy, absolute legend. He poured his heart and soul into the club, poured his heart and soul into the farewell message. Very, very emotional there. Hard not to get a little bit teary reading that one and seeing the video. But yeah, I guess just from myself and I guess all of you guys in the chat, all the Chelsea fans, like a massive thank you. Thank you will never be enough for what you've done for this football club, the memories you've given us, the trophies you've lifted for us. The chapter closes, but you'll always be a blue. You'll always be remembered at Chelsea, and hopefully we can see you back at the club in another role once you finish your playing days, whether it's a coach, whether it's an ambassador, when it's an advisory role, a club ambassador, whatever it is. And the guy himself that made the shirt tuck fashionable again, the immaculate tucked in shirt every single time he was playing. But yeah, we knew Azpilicueta was going. We knew about a week or two ago that he was obviously going to be leaving the club. But now we've had the official farewell and everything like that. It's nice to see. It's a great message from him, and fair play to the guy. Fair play. Wish him all the best. The legend gets thrown around a lot, but an absolute legend of the football club, a legend of the game. Gave us everything on the pitch. Just a top guy. You couldn't ask for a nicer guy. You really couldn't. You really couldn't ask for a nicer guy. So yeah, top guy is Azpilicueta. We're fully on board with him, and wish him all the best at Atletico Madrid. La Liga, he gets to finish his career in Spain, and he gets another shot at Champions League football, which it pains me to say it, but we know that we haven't got it, but it still hurts. It still hurts. We're not going to be playing in Europe next season, but he's got a chance of Champions League football, finish his career in Spain. And it'll be nice to wind down with his family out in Spain. Nice weather, great team, great stadium. Let's see what happens. But yeah, legend without a doubt. Hopefully he can come back for the Legends game. Yep. What have we got here? It's Azpi's a legend. Yep. Especially on Caicedo, absolutely necessary. Yeah, we absolutely need Caicedo. Real Madrid can't afford Mbappe. They absolutely can afford Mbappe. Real Madrid will get Mbappe this summer. His cheeky back heel against Wolves. Oh yeah, there was another one as well. I think he scored a really good back heel goal against Plymouth in the FA Cup. I'm pretty certain. Thoughts on Dybala? Yeah, I think, look, for Dybala, I'll get into him later on, but £12 million for him, 12 million euros, sorry, for Dybala, 29 years of age, quality player, would be add a bit of experience to the team, good rotational option. I think it makes sense on all fronts. I really do. I think it makes a lot of sense if that's the direction the club are looking to go down. But we'll get into that in more detail. Hopefully get to come back for the Legends game that's coming up to the bridge. Be good to say goodbye. Yeah, it would be fantastic. I'll be at the Legends game. Excuse me. Definitely consider a legend without a doubt, for sure. I felt his goodbye. He scored goals, defended goals, led to goals. A great captain, absolutely. Legend, no doubt. Must be hard to leave one place after 11 years. Yeah, tell me about it. It must be really, really tough. Like, I don't think, other than exist, I don't think many of us have done stuff for more than 11 years. I don't think any of us have been in a job for more than 11 years, like the same job for 11 years. It's kind of mad. Azpilicueta is a kind of player I like a lot. I think a team with 11 Azpilicuetas would probably win. Yeah, for sure. I remember that Mourinho. Yeah, what a guy. More news on Ryan Cherki. I'll have a look at that in a sec. We'll love you always, Aspi. Gave us everything on the pitch. We should retire the number 28, by the way, and 20. I don't think the 26 will be retired, but the 28 maybe. I don't know. Next captain will be Thiago Silva, I believe. Aspi is the perfect example of a true professional, not like bunch of twats who can't be asked, which you saw last season. Agreed. Yep, Eden Hazard to Miami. How mad is it that it looks like Hazard and Messi are going to be teammates next season? That's kind of mad. Dybala made of biscuits, not Premier League material. I think he could be good, Dybala. Like, he missed 18 games last season for Roma, but he got 18 goal and assists in 25 games for Roma and a goal in the Europa League final as well. So let's wait and see. Aspi, are you excited for the upcoming season? Trance, absolutely excited. This isn't the NBA. No, it's not the NBA, but we've got a Legends game. Yeah, bro, I'll be at the Legends game as well. Let's hope he's there. But yeah, that kind of brings down the chapter on Azpilicueta'S Chelsea career. And I guess just a massive thank you. And now we move on, and we hope that we can kind of do him proud, carry on the great work that he's done and get this great club back to where it deserves to be. And that is winning trophies and challenging at the top end of the table. Retiring jerseys. Oh, right, I see. Yeah, no, some clubs do. I mean, Birmingham were ahead of the curve. Jude Bellingham left at 18 and they retired, I think, or 17 even he left. 17 or 18, and they retired the number 22 shirt. Not looking too bad retiring that shirt now. Certain shirts, maybe they could be retired, but ultimately, yeah, I guess we just wait and see what happens on that front. Aspi, love you. Yeah, for sure. Right, let's get into the transfer news, people. And we may as well start with Moises Caicedo, because this is obviously the big target for Chelsea at this point in time. He is the big target, and there is a report. It could be a club briefing from Brighton to the Telegraph, in all fairness. I mean, it probably most likely is. But Brighton and Hove Albion are poised to ask for more than £100 million for Moises Caicedo. He is a target for Chelsea as they rebuild under Maurizio Pochettino, but they are unlikely to land him cheaply. Now, I think... will we buy Aspi's Atletico Madrid jersey? Probably not. I might buy Ruben's AC Milan one. I don't think I'll be getting the Aspi Atletico Madrid one. Totti as well. Central Chelsea, big up. I love Chelsea when our captain was Wise. Fair. That's going back a little bit, but yeah, more than 100 million. Brighton are trying to mug us off here. I absolutely love this football club. Chelsea's my life, and you're all my brothers united by Chelsea Football Club. Up the Chelsea. Absolutely. Central Chelsea. Yeah, this is interesting. So Brighton clearly, well, I mean, ideally they'd like that. But what I do think, and I think you see this quite often, is that not with every player, but a lot of the time when clubs have got a figure in mind that they're asking for, they always set it higher so they actually get what they want. I think Brighton would more than likely, they would take 80, 85 plus add-ons for sure. I would imagine that the total package for Moises Caicedo would probably end up being around 85, 90 million pounds all in. And I think, to be fair, for a 21-year-old midfielder who has got world-class potential, is already playing very good football, has got some Premier League experience under his belt, has got such a high ceiling, is already dominating Premier League midfields, could dominate Premier League midfields for the next 10 years, then it absolutely, for me, it absolutely makes perfect sense for us to try and sign him. And to get the job done and to pay the money what it takes. I mean, Chelsea and Brighton have been locked in talks for the last 3 or 4 days. I think Chelsea are trying to ascertain what payment structure Brighton want on the deal and what fee they would accept, so that this can very much try and be a one and done bid to get Moises Caicedo. I think the key thing here for Chelsea is not to allow Brighton to draw us out into long negotiations. We've got to make sure that we get this done as quickly as possible and know that our bid is most likely to be accepted. We don't want to run the risk of going 2 or 3 bids, allowing maybe some other clubs to become involved. I'd be shocked if this went to more than £100 million. I really would be. But the most important thing for me is that Caicedo's our number 1 target. He does transform the midfield. He instantly improves it. He goes straight into the starting lineup alongside Enzo Fernandez in that pivot. So yeah, that's what we're saying. Just very quickly as well, Atletico Madrid have confirmed that Antoine Griezmann will wear the number 7 shirt next season. So João Felix hasn't actually got a shirt number at Atletico Madrid next season. So he's either leaving or he's going to have to find a new shirt number. That's slightly digressing from the point here, but this Caicedo deal is Chelsea's prime target. They've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes to try and land Caicedo. So yeah, I think this is just something that's going to take time. It's a tricky one because, you know, you want to make sure that you don't have your pants pulled down by Brighton. They've already pulled our pants down a lot with, so far on the evidence with Cucurella, with Graham Potter and his coaching staff and all that sort of thing. I don't envisage that Chelsea will spend £100 million on Moises Caicedo. I think, and what the information that we're receiving, from the likes of Ben Jacobs and whatnot, is that the deal that Tchouaméni went for to Real Madrid last summer is very much being used as the yardstick, as it were, in terms of evaluation for this deal. So I think around the 80 million, 85 million pound mark tops with add-ons. So look, this deal will get. I think this deal will get done, but we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. I don't know why there's so much to talk about. I'm trying to think what they could possibly, be saying on this front. But there's obviously a lot to say. So let's wait and see what happens on that front. But I guess for me, the most important thing is that July 17th, Moises Caicedo absolutely has to be on that flight to the United States. We cannot afford to get drawn out into protracted negotiations with Brighton. We know they're very keen on Levi Colwill. I think Chelsea have made it very clear that Levi Colwill is not going to be part of the deal. To be honest, though, again, probably more important than the fee is going to be the structure of the payments and how much money is going to be paid up front as well. That, for me, could arguably be more important than how much we end up paying. How much we end up paying Brighton as an overall package. They're going to want the money up, a large chunk of the money up front, and they are also going to want, a sufficient package for themselves. Let's see what happens on that front. But Chelsea, I think they're going to be this deal will get done, but they've got to be very careful. They've got to be very careful because, we don't want to, as I said, we don't want Brighton to try and mug us off. We don't want to run the risk of other teams coming in. So let's wait and let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens kind of on that front. But Brighton and Moises Caicedo to Chelsea, there's no real updates. Chelsea are pushing for it, locked in negotiations, and this is just going to take as long as it takes. These are complex talks reportedly on payment structure and things like that. So there's not too much we can do, guys, other than just sit in tight and get it done. So yeah, as long as it's done before pre-season, this is the most important thing. Must be done before pre-season, because otherwise, if Caicedo's obviously we just want it done anyway, but ideally this needs to be done before preseason so he can take a full part in the preseason, play in all the matches, get under speed with Pochettino. We know that Pochettino's pre-seasons are notoriously tough. We want him to be part of that. So yeah, look, we've been expecting a bid for a couple of weeks now, and a bid still hasn't materialized. I'd like to say we'd get a bid this week or over the weekend, but I really don't know how likely that is. But then again, I've really got no idea what they could possibly still be discussing. You know, I mean, how many days of conversations do you need about payment structure? I mean, these are good businessmen. How many times do you need to do this? Like, do you know what I mean? It's an interesting. What are you people saying in the chat about this Caicedo thing? Are you still confident this is going to happen? Let's have a look. Are we still confident it's going to happen? It's a lot of money for a 21-year-old. Yeah. Dybala, we'll get to Dybala shortly. I don't think we will spend that on Caicedo. 80 to 85 will get this deal over the line. I think so as well. Blue is the colour, exactly. Payment terms, it will happen with Caicedo. We've been doing this for too long for it not to happen. You think so? You'd think so, but I hope we are right on that. Brighton will want most of it up front. Yeah, they will want most of it up front for sure. That's what it's going to come down to. We could pay 100 mil. We can't pay 100 mil up front in one go. No two ways about it. Chelsea should stop overpaying for players. I don't think we do overpay. A couple of instances we probably have, but generally speaking, I don't think we do. Brighton, look, Brighton aren't asking for 100 million. This is just a briefing. They won't get 100 million pounds for Moises Caicedo. They absolutely won't. So I don't think we need to be annoyed by any of this. Brighton delaying, hoping other teams will come in. Yeah, it's quite possibly. Brighton started to exaggerate with the prices of every player 100 million. I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Signed Lukaku for 120. That was euros though. 85 million, no add-ons. I think there will be add-ons. I think the package will be worth 85, maybe 90 million, an absolute push. I think that's what the package overall will be worth. Yeah, we're going to get into Lukaku. Good players always take time to sort out. Absolutely. If Caicedo's worth 100 million for Brighton and Colwell's worth, it's like at the end of the day, player value is what the clubs value them at, not necessarily how good they are. The good news is Caicedo only wants Chelsea, so there are no other clubs on the table at this moment in time. But that's the key thing, though, at this moment in time. We don't want to run the risk by drawing this out that maybe another club comes in. I think the only club we'd have to worry about coming in would be Manchester City. That would give us a big problem. But other than that, I feel pretty confident that we would be able to stave off competition from other players. If needs be, for sure. Pre-season in the UK will be live on Sky Sports, and I think it's also on the Fifth Stand app as well. I cannot wait till Enzo and Caicedo in midfield next season. Just get it done. 17th of July needs to be done. The silence is definitely, I'm getting worried. Top bins, I don't think there's anything to worry about necessarily. Silence is not necessarily a bad thing. I think you have to worry when you're constantly hearing loads of leaks coming out in the press and whatnot. I think things are taking place. Things are absolutely taking place behind the scenes. That's for certain. I think we shouldn't spend more than 80. I think it'll go to 85. Same thing happened with Enzo. Yep, same thing did happen with Enzo as well. Enzo was a long, drawn out, protracted surface, but saga even, but that eventually got done. I think this will be the same with Caicedo as well. This will eventually get done. I think it will happen. It's just a load of smoke. Yeah, I think this will happen as well. They are waiting for other clubs to bid. Maybe. News on Top Skill. Yeah, top. I wouldn't trust Top Skill Sports UK. It's not the best. Might sound sad, but I don't have Chelsea friends, and I'd like to go to a game with someone. Bro, you don't need to have Chelsea friends. Everyone's friends at the game. You know, I'll go to games with the boys and that, but you go to a lot of games on your own. It's cool to go to football on your own. Absolutely, payment structure and also holding out for Colwell. I think they've realised now they're not going to get Colwell, but payment structure is absolutely a big thing. I think Brighton are trying to force us to give them Colwell to lower the price, quite possibly. No, I think we'll get him before pre-season. What else have we got here? You and other fans were adamant we are definitely going to sign, but I've had my doubts, just all rumours and won't believe. No, look, I'm pretty confident we'll get him, but of course, until he's holding the shirt up, until we get that Fabrizio Romano, here we go, confirmation, you know, there's always going to be doubts that things could change last minute. Maybe some things might fall through or something like that. So we're going to have to wait and see on that front. Hope we get Caicedo. Yeah, Caicedo will be less than Rice. I'm impatient now. We don't need to be impatient. It's all good, people. 80 mil, 15 add-ons. Yeah, maybe something along those lines. Man City don't do bidding wars. They've been consistent with that. They have been. Look how this is exactly it. You know, look how long this is taking. You know, they agreed a fee a while ago, West Ham and Arsenal, and it's taken them a good week or so to come to an agreement on the structure of the payment and how quickly that 100 million is going to be paid to West Ham. The Caicedo deal will end up being 80 plus 5. We're probably offering 70 and 15, and that's a delay. Yeah, I think we're just going to be working it out for sure. We have to remember this isn't Bowley and Egbali doing a transfer anymore, and that's good. Be patient, boys. Bowley and Egbali were driving force behind Enzo. I go to games by myself, and it's no worries. I met a lot of people from that. Just got to, yeah, it's good fun. By the way, Jake, if you're ever at any games, if you're at any games next season, bro, and you know you see me or anything, come and say hi. I'm always about for latest news. Mount, I don't know what we're talking about. Mount still for, that's done. I think Caicedo will be a Chelsea player by next Monday when Stanley comes from Brighton. Yeah, when Stanley obviously was key in bringing Caicedo from South America as a young boy to Brighton, so he knows the family and all that sort of thing. So that should help us. They will wait Arsenal to bid. Arsenal won't bid for Caicedo. Fabrizio is the man who knows what's happening. He's great. He is great. Yeah, bro, just let me know. Let me know. Right, yeah, people, that's pretty much the latest on. Brilliant. Yeah, they did. Yeah, Spain are obviously ultimately too good for the Ukraine, but yeah, you know, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Let's move on from Caicedo then, because again, there's not too much more to cover on that front. That's just the latest news, was that Brighton reportedly asking for 100 million, but all sources close to the deal and in the know are saying that, you know, it's going to be a lot less than 100 million, but it'll be less than 100 million pounds. And, you know, people are thinking that 80 million all in, maybe 85 million all in would be enough to get this deal done. And I know it's boring and it's frustrating, but for us as Chelsea fans, we just got to sit tight and hope for the best on this one. We just got to sit tight and wait for things to unfold. There's nothing we can do. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that. But that is the latest on the Moises Caicedo situation. That is the latest on the Caicedo deal. There's not too much more to add on that Caicedo deal other than what we've been saying. By the way, people, let's make sure that we keep smashing those likes, guys. You know, I've got 35 likes on my channel. Let's get this to at least 50 likes, people. You know, there's plenty of us tuned in tonight. Let's get it to 50 likes on my channel. Just hover over that thumb button, give it a little click. Don't be shy. You get involved in the chat. You're great, as always, people. So make sure you just hover over that thumb button, give it a little click if you haven't done so already. It's free. It takes seconds, and it massively helps me out, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So please do run those likes up, guys. Let's get this to at least 50 likes minimum, and then we can move towards the 100 likes mark as well. And people over on Chelsea Fan TV, make sure you hit those likes as well, guys. Get the likes up over 100, 150, wherever we're at the moment, people. Make sure that you smash the like button. And guys, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to both channels. I've got a little target for my channel tonight. I'm looking to hit 3.6k subscribers, guys. I'm 24 subscribers away from hitting 3.6k. So, guys, if there's 24 of you that haven't subscribed to the channel, if you could subscribe to the channel, it would mean everything to me, and I'd be really, really appreciative. I'm going to be here every day bringing you transfer streams with all the latest Chelsea news with guests as well. So if you could just subscribe to the channel, I need 24 of you to subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, guys, make sure you subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV. So if you haven't done that either, both links are in the chat now. Mic's not broken, Louise. Mic's not broken. It must be your computer or your internet. Everything is sounding fine on my end. Guys, make sure you smash the like button as well. No, bro, I'm not drunk. No, I'm good. Smash the likes, guys. Yeah, Mike's sounding fine. Good stuff. Perfect. Yeah, as I said, guys, that's my aim. It's not me either. So someone's lying here. Maybe if you just close your YouTube, just reset your internet and come back in, because yeah, it's fine. But yeah, people, as I say, let me know in the chat if there's any mic or sound issues or anything like that. I think it's fine. I'm pretty sure you all do as well. Otherwise, it would have been mentioned a lot more. And as I was saying, guys, I'm looking to make 3.6k subscribers by the end of this. So yeah, if you could subscribe to my channel and Chelsea Fan TV, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you really want to let me know that, if you want to let me know when you subscribed, I'll give you a little bit of a shout out as well, people. So yeah, let's move away from that, guys. What else have we got to go through? Let's get on to the Christian Pulisic news now. And it looks like Milan have finally stopped being stingy bastards, and they're pretty much going to get to where we feel is acceptable. AC Milan and Chelsea are advancing to the final stages of negotiations for Christian Pulisic after a 22 million euro package, which is around 19 million pounds, sent in yesterday. Deal structure being discussed. It's not done yet, but it's definitely getting closer. Pulisic's been clear with Chelsea that he wants Milan, and it's kind of mad that we're struggling to get almost 20 million pounds on Christian Pulisic, considering we spent, what, 60 million pounds on him last summer. Not last summer, sorry, about 4 years ago. We spent almost 60 million, actually probably 60 million, maybe a little bit over all in. And yeah, you know, now we're going to maybe at most get a touch over 20 million pounds for him, but it's absolutely the right thing. You know, negotiations with Milan will continue. I expect this deal to be wrapped up at some point over the weekend, or at least early next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. You know, yeah, it's a shame that it's not worked out for Pulisic, because he was obviously clearly a very talented boy. When we signed him from Dortmund, lots of potential there, but he never really seemed to hit the heights at Chelsea. There were moments that he had in a Chelsea shirt here and there. Obviously, the Project Restart, Pulisic was, as we all refer to, was obviously fantastic, great form, great player in that point in time, but a complete lack of consistency. Injuries didn't help him either, but he never really reached the potential at Chelsea, and we definitely didn't get what we thought was a 60 million pound player. We absolutely didn't get a 60 million pound player in our eyes. And I think it's clear, you know, he doesn't want to be at the club, needs a new challenge, fresh league, maybe fresh ideas. And I think he'd actually do very well at AC Milan. I think he'd obviously be linking up with Ruben Loftus-Cheek again, but he just didn't hit the heights. It's as simple as that. He didn't hit the heights. I mean, of course, 1 year left on the contract is another thing for it as well. David, come on, you Spurs. Thanks, mate. I hope you're enjoying the Chelsea content. What we got here: pay Milan and take sick note off us. Yeah, Milan we're not gonna keep Pulisic. He's finally going. Yeah, he's on his way out. Time to move on. He's injury prone. Yeah, I'm not sure the Premier League suits him that well either. Pulisic I feel is getting wasted at Chelsea. Well, he's going to AC Milan, so he's not going to be wasted anymore. We need to sign players. United are going signing Onana, and we haven't even got close for Caicedo. A little bit. We're getting closer for Caicedo. We just need to relax. Simple with Pulisic, not being nasty, but time to go. Yeah, absolutely agree. Just not been good enough for us. Not been good enough. Pulisic never reached his potential, did he? Seems to play better with his national squad. Yeah, I'm wondering if Pulisic prefers it when he's the main guy, the big dog. You know, like he's the big fish in a small pond at the US. Everything goes through him. He's kind of the guy, the LeBron James of soccer, as they refer to him as. Whereas at Chelsea, he's just another piece. He's just another cog in the wheel. You know, of very, very good players, and I'm not sure if that suits him. Maybe at Milan he'll be a bit more of a big part player, and yeah. But it looks like we're getting pretty close. But guys, any of you disappointed to see Pulisic go? I don't really think there is anyone that's disappointed. But yeah, in the chat, let me know your thoughts. I think this represents a good deal for the club. You know, obviously it's not this ownership's money. You know, we get his wages off the books, and we just get a bit more money back into the club, and we trim the squad down even more and get another player that doesn't want to be at the club off the books and obviously out the way. What we've got here? No, Pulisic was getting the same Mudryk treatment. Chelsea managers started Gallagher and other people on the left wing over them. Look, I think Pulisic's been here 3-4 years or whatever it is, maybe 4 years. You know, that's ample opportunities. Now you could say maybe in certain instances he deserved to start more games on the spin, deserve a consistent run. But ultimately, over that period of time, which is a large sample size, he's failed to deliver on a consistent basis. And ultimately, he's not been good enough. So he has to be shown the door. Yeah, goal against City in the Cup was good. Obviously, he did well in the Champions League run to the final, got that goal in the Bernabeu in the first leg of the semi against Real Madrid. Eden Hazard's drawing Messi at Inter Miami. That appears to be getting closer. I love Pulisic, but he does not play, so please leave. Agreed. Have you made... I haven't joined Threads yet. No, I haven't joined Threads. Who wears number 10? Let's hope it's Nkunku. And Nkunku can just take that number 10 shirt. That would be good. Pulisic and Ziyech both contributed. It says so the bomb squad is kind of late. They've contributed a little bit, yeah. What's happening with these team signings? No, it's not to do with... Look, this is... those two things are both separate. You know, we're not signing these youngsters at the expense of signing first-team players. It's a different budget and whatnot. And often these deals are a lot easier to do than the ones involving a lot of money. Two different reports on Sterling leaving and staying. Well, I can't see an offer coming in for Sterling, particularly with the wages that he's on at over 300k a week. I really don't see there being any viable suitors for Sterling at that price. But I don't know. It could be. It could be. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. But let's wait and see kind of what happens on that front. But yeah, look. You know, the budgets are separate. It's two different strategies. You know, one's not impacting the other. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much that, you know, we're signing a 17-year-old defender. We're not signing a 17-year-old defender instead of signing Caicedo or player to the first team. That's absolutely not the case. Yeah, I think Nkunku will be the 10. Chelsea fans can cheer for AC Milan during Champions League. Yeah, why not? Premier League too physical, maybe. Dexter, big up, my guy. Does Pulisic play? Yeah, he'll play right side because Brahim Diaz is gone. He could well shine at Milan, and good luck to him. No, because he needs to go and get playing time. Absolutely. So many more left to go. Roman wipes the debts, can continue to clear out. Yeah, we got a few more to go. Aubameyang. Will he be... he won't be missed. Nope. Fair enough. I don't think so. Pulisic wasn't great at all. Number 11 shirt, no idea. I don't know who's going to be wearing what numbers, guys. Only disappointed it didn't work that well for Pulisic and Chelsea to go. Decent player overall. Yeah, overall, look, he's not a shit footballer. It just didn't work, and it's time for us to cut our losses and move on. He did score some important goals for us. Overall performance wasn't good enough. Fair. Yeah, Lukaku, Aubameyang, and Ziyech seems to be from that bomb squad. Players need to earn shirt numbers. I think Sterling might be better under Poch. I hope so, but he can't be much worse, can he? Can't be much worse. Kids are going to be loaned out. We make big money on them if they come good, yeah, or we get a good player for cheap. If Sterling played bad next season, yeah, if he has another bad season, there's definitely a conversation to have to sell him. I'm a Chelsea fan. Good, glad to hear it. Do you think we're falling behind rivals in the market? No, I don't think we are. It would appear that way because obviously teams that we're competing with are getting deals done. But ultimately, as long as we get the deals done, that's the main thing. And of course, you know, the most important thing for me is that we get these deals done. Keep Santos, yeah, quite possibly. We have no midfield. All the best, Dave. Absolute legends, yeah, for sure. Would love to move Sterling on. He's useless. Just a back post tap-in merchant. He offers nothing else on or off the ball. This is a big season for Sterling. He does need to do... He has to deliver. You know, he has to stand up, deliver, improve. He's going to be one of the more experienced pros at the club now. And he really needs to improve and do better than what he did last season. Because last season really was really not good enough at all. Just simply not good enough. Not good enough. So... you know, he's got to improve. Maybe under Pochettino, he will improve. He needs to have a good pre-season under his belt. And let's kind of wait and see what happens. Alvarez as Caicedo cover or keep Ampadu. Ampadu's not going any. Ampadu's going to be sold. I think Udinese are interested in him from Serie A. I assume you mean Edson Alvarez. He was very close to joining Borussia Dortmund, but that deal fell through. Whether that's going to come back on or not, I'm not sure. But I don't think Edson Alvarez is really in Chelsea's thoughts at this point in time. But who knows? I could be wrong. Things could change as the window goes on. Dybala would be an absolute bargain. We're going to get onto Dybala next. You want Milinkovic-Savic. Loads of people talk about Milinkovic-Savic, but every year, like with Koulibaly, every year Milinkovic-Savic gets talked up, and every year he doesn't go anywhere, and he stays in Serie A. So yeah, you know, it is what it is at this point in time. People, you know, let's just wait and see what happens on that front. And then we will, of course, move from there. But yeah, you know, Pulisic on his way out, which is good news. And we get some more money in. There's another player out the squad that doesn't want to be here, and the squad is coming down in size as well, which is great. So yeah, let's move on from Christian Pulisic. Yeah, Sterling has been working hard. I hope our new young signings are as good as Arda Güler. I saw clips of him and I can see why Real Madrid suits him. For him is the potential. Yeah, he's got great potential. Who will leave after Pulisic? I think the next three out the door are going to be Aubameyang, Lukaku and Ziyech. Those are the next three to get out. And then other than that, I don't really think we need to get rid of anymore. I think those would be the big ones for sure. Absolutely, those would be the big ones. Let's move on then from Christian Pulisic. And let's talk about Hakim Ziyech very briefly, because his move to Al Nassr could actually still happen and could maybe be back on. So this is from James Benja, CBS. Matt Law also reporting that, Ziyech's move to Al Nassr could still happen. Al Nassr's offer to Hakim Ziyech remains on the table, as has been reported. That offer remains on the table. He doesn't want to accept it at the reduced terms because of the knee and hip issues that were flagged up during his medical. They are also flagged up in the PSG medical. Changes made to the proposal after the medical mean that his guaranteed salary is 40% lower. But if he stays fit, he will make the same 15 million he was initially offered. So realistically, that deal is kind of still on the table. So hopefully we can maybe reignite that. Maybe he's happy to go to Al Nassr and they can kind of get over that disagreement, and he can go and play with Cristiano Ronaldo and he can go and play with Brozovic and whatnot. But it is frustrating because it does appear at times that we just can't seem to get rid of this guy. I mean, why can't we get rid of this guy? Do you know what I mean? But because we've had so many situations like PSG, we almost got rid of him. And then, we thought he was going to Al Nassr. Then there were those issues there. I'm seeing a lot of keep Ziyech shouts in the chat. Guys, we absolutely can't be keeping Ziyech. He doesn't want to be here. I don't think his attitude's great. And we absolutely have to move on from Hakim Ziyech. I don't think he's not been good enough in a Chelsea shirt either. He's not consistent enough. He goes missing a lot of the time in games. Yes, he's got a great delivery and he can pop up with the odd goal here and there. But ultimately, for the direction that we're looking to go in, we want players that are fully on board. We want players that want to play for the club and want to be at this club. And unfortunately, Hakim Ziyech isn't one of those guys. And we need to get him out of the club. So whatever is possible, really, if we can get him out of the club, that would be great. We've got some, but ultimately, let's wait and see what happens with Ziyech. The Saudi move is still there. There's confidence that maybe the Saudi move could be turned round. So let's wait and see. That's just a little brief update on Hakim Ziyech, that the move could be back on. But let's wait and see on that one. Guys, let me know in the chat, who actually wants to keep Ziyech? Be honest with me. Like, who wants to keep Ziyech and who doesn't? Because, I'm seeing a few people want to keep Hakim Ziyech. That's kind of mad. But who wants to keep Ziyech and who thinks we need to get rid? For me, it's a no-brainer. Absolutely must get rid. Doesn't want to be here. He's been here. Probably should have got rid of him last summer. It's absolutely time to move on from Hakim Ziyech. I could run a poll, to be fair, but you could just let me know in the chat as well if you want to. Not me. No, hell no. No, he's lazy. Get rid. He needs to leave with immediate effect. Fair. It's time to leave as well. Sell. Yeah, I'm going to get into this Caicedo news, guys. Nope, sadly, he's done. Move on. I agree. Guys, we just finished talking about, but that's obviously a quick update on Hakim Ziyech. So that move to Al Nassr could well be back on. And if he stays fit, then he could obviously still earn the full salary that he was expecting to earn anyway. He's not failed two medicals. They were just issues that were flagged up. He didn't fail. The medicals weren't failed. Chelsea going to get some money for Ziyech? Yeah, it was going to be around 8 million euros or 8 million pounds. I forget which one. It was euros or pounds. One of the two. That was what we were going to get for Hakim Ziyech. 8 million pounds or 6 million pounds if it was 8 million euros. But yeah, Chelsea should really send Santos to Porto. Look at what happened to Enzo. Look, Porto's an option for Andre Santos, but he's not going anywhere before he's been assessed in pre-season, guys. So let's wait and see what happens on that front, people. What are we saying here? Ziyech should have already left 2 to 3 years ago, in my opinion. I remember Ziyech linked to leaving even. Yeah. Also, I think for sure as well that Ziyech is one of them that, similar to Pulisic, seems to do really well for his country, where he's the main man, everything goes through him, but then kind of suffers when he's in a team surrounded by players that are better than him. So I think it's another one that, enjoys being the main character. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's wait and see what happens. But Ziyech's move to Al Nassr might not be totally dead, and it could well be back on potentially. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that front. Guys, I know we just covered Moises Caicedo, but there's been a Jacob Steinberg article that's come in the last couple of minutes. So let's bring that up and see what is being said, people. There's a bit more news from him on Moises Caicedo. And there's a bit of news on Gabri Veiga as well. So let's have a look. I'm just going to bring this up on the screen now, people. A little bit more on Moises Caicedo. Let's have a look what the latest is there. So Chelsea intend to hold firm during negotiations over Moises Caicedo, with Brighton demanding at least 100 million for the midfielder. They do not want to go over the odds for Caicedo and are wary of being burned again during negotiations with Brighton. Okay, what is Pice saying on this front? Let's have a look at that. There's obviously clearly been a little bit more news coming out on the Moises Caicedo stuff. Let's have a look. Where are we? I'll try and find it now. But yeah, let's bring up the new news. What have we got here? So Chelsea also talks have moved slowly this week between Chelsea and Brighton, as Brighton are demanding at least 100 million for Caicedo. They believe the Rice to Arsenal move has set the benchmark. Paul Winstanley is leading Chelsea's business. Let's bring that up on the screen, people. Thing is, though, we've left ourselves in a bit of a problem here, because 100 million pounds is a lot of money, but and we probably would, if push came to shove, we probably would end up paying it, because we absolutely desperately need Moises Caicedo. Because if you don't go for Caicedo, then who do you go for? Like, who do you go for as a main choice midfield signing that is gonna make you better? It's a really tough one. I don't know who you go for. I don't know who you would get. Brighton, again, yes, he's one of their prized assets, but I think there was obviously an agreement made with Caicedo in January that, he stayed and he signed a new contract. So there would have been a price that they would allow him to leave for. Maybe similar to Jack Grealish with Villa. He signed that new long-term contract at the club, but if someone paid what was 100 million pounds, then he could go. I imagine there's something similar with Caicedo. I don't see it being a situation where Chelsea will pay 100 million. They've, according to Steinberg, Chelsea aren't prepared to pay over the odds. So we are going to have to kind of wait and see on that one and see what happens. But it's clear that Brighton are going to try and play hardball here. They're going to make it difficult for us. It's going to be tough for us. But I don't know what direction we go in with this one. I mean, guys, would you pay 100 million pounds for Moises Caicedo? Let me know in the chat. Would you pay 100 million for Caicedo? I'll be honest, I probably would. I said they would ask for 100 mil. I mean, look, this is not necessarily true. This is just what's being reported. There must be an element of truth for it. I'd say 90 max as well. It won't be 100 mil. They're doing what we did with Mount. Yeah, quite possibly. Biggest scammers in asking price, Inter Milan and Brighton. Absolutely. Problem is, though, because now teams know that we've got money as well. We had money anyway, but now that we've sold all these players, teams know that we've got quite a lot of money. So they're going to try and get more from us. I see us walking away, not worth 100 mil. But if we walk away, then we're fucked. We already gave a lot to Brighton. We have. Can't they be nice? It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. At 100, we walk. We are the only bidders. 80 million max. If not, go and get two cheaper alternatives like Kefram Turam, Edson Alvarez, or Lavia. Maybe. Winstanley was in charge of Mount's contract. Look how that turned out. Yeah, true he was. But Winstanley knows Brighton. He knows how things work there. And he was a main part of the deal that bought Moises Caicedo to Brighton from South America at a young age. Knows his family and stuff. So I haven't got a problem with him leading these negotiations necessarily. No way. Push those youngsters in Gallagher and wait for next season. Maybe it's still a big risk. We should pay 100 million. Then Brighton, they know we are desperate. Get this over and done with. Yeah, quite possibly. Brighton looks to be playing hardball. Polina is there, but Caicedo is the best by far. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100 mil walk away unless someone else has come in. Milinkovic-Savic is a beast of a player and a complete midfielder with a great experience. Look, people always bang on about how good Milinkovic-Savic is, but why has he never left Lazio if he's that good? Why does no one come in for him really ever in a concrete situation? I'm not saying he's bad or anything, but there must be a reason why no one signs him or teams don't come in for him, because he's always linked with a move, but nothing ever happens. So then there must be some sort of doubts over him. Seems Veiga really wants an EPL move. Yeah, we are going to look at the Veiga thing. Yes, if we pay over 80 million for him, that's totally criminal. I think that's a bit high. I don't think it's criminal. In this situation, yes, I'd pay 500 million for Caicedo. I think that's a little bit silly. I reckon we can get it down a bit. Yeah, for sure. Caicedo has a higher ceiling than Polina. He absolutely does. Rice is more proven. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I don't know why Brighton are using the Declan Rice transfer as a yardstick for Caicedo. It's totally different. I wouldn't pay 150. No, 85. I think 85.90. Absolutely, yeah. If we're going to pay 100 mil for Caicedo, we can't go for Rice now. It's gone to Arsenal. Brighton have been spoiled by Chelsea. Yeah, we've literally funded Brighton for a long time now. To be honest, it's not much of an update. No, it's not really, is it? It's a small update, but it's not a major update. Nope, I'd rather rotate academy players until I find another hidden gem there. Ugarte wasn't that expensive. No, he wasn't. Ugarte had a release clause. Ugarte, I think, was around 50-something million pounds. Brighton are ops. They absolutely are. There are other players with that profile. Yep, Benfica are the biggest Arsenal. Yeah, Benfica as well. Benfica, any Italian clubs, and yeah, those are the ones. Edson Alvarez made reportedly 38 million. We did bid for Alvarez, I think, last summer. It didn't happen though. Yeah, we have to beat Brighton this season. They did a double over us last season. We need to get our revenge on them. Absolutely, no two ways about it. We must get our revenge on Brighton. What else have we got here? There's a lot of unknown talent out there worth way less here, but we need a proven player in midfield to play alongside Enzo this season. We absolutely have to. If we can't get Caicedo, let's treat this season as a rebuilding season. Expect great things after. I don't want us to be... No, we're not going to be... I think we'll still get this done. I do think this will get done. Edson Alvarez is a downgrade, maybe. Could be Chelsea PR to force Brighton. We need to Pep to help out. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. Savic, all name always comes out. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Give the attacking youngsters the start of the season, then go for Tony. Because Lazio have always priced him out. I don't think they have priced him out of a move. Why not 100? He's not worse than Enzo. 100's just time to go scouting again. Mate, I've just seen this as well. I'll bring this up on a screen afterwards. Surely not. Surely not. I mean, you never know. I'm going to bring that up. Asking price was always high for Milinkovic-Savic. Now has 1 year left. Anana. What about Florentino Luis from Benfica? Don't know too much about him, if I'm being honest. I hope we get revenge on Arsenal next season because we cannot let them do a double on us again. Nope, true, we can't. Yeah, people, let's move on to something that Lee just mentioned in the chat. A slightly not strange, but obviously hinting at something. Chelsea hinting at something here. Let me just find it now. I'm not sure what this is. This is it here. So, obviously, it's a picture. Are we going to get it up now? They're hinting at something, and this is the picture here. All that you can do is watch them play with a timer. So, obviously, something's pending. Now, obviously, play as in play Game Boy, and play as in play football as well, potentially here. This is obviously some sort of partnership. I don't know what the partnership is. Is it shirts? I don't know what it could be. There's so many partnerships. I mean, the other night everyone thought it was a Man Air, but that was a travel partner. We've had Hilton as a global hotel partner. I don't know what other partnerships there are, but there's obviously loads of partnerships at a football club. And I mean, yeah, I guess this could be a hint to. I mean, did Nintendo even sponsor any kits? I know in the 90s they had the famous They had that famous one where they sponsored the Fiorentina shirt. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens for sure. I don't know. Could this be it? It would be a cool sponsor for sure. It would be. Nintendo notoriously tight. Nintendo on the shirt. Yeah. Again, what I think this is more likely to be, guys. If it's anything to do with the shirt, people, I think it will be. I think it could be a sleeve sponsor. I'm not sure if it will be the main shirt sponsor. What with Nintendo shirt sponsor? I don't know if it'd be front of shirt. I think it could be sleeve. It's certainly interesting for sure. Nintendo front. Amman Air is not on the front of the shirt. Amman Air has got nothing to do with the shirt. It's a travel partner. Game Boy, DS, Wii U, and the games and memories. Nintendo. Yeah, it would be a good sponsor. I can't lie. I'll be here for it. This will be fucking amazing if it's Nintendo. Yeah, absolutely. Does Caicedo play on a Nintendo? Could you imagine if this is a little hint at an unveiling video? Who knows? What was it? Why are they posting on? I haven't got Threads, so I don't know. Have you seen that Nintendo's 90s update from Chelsea on Threads? Yeah, got it up on the screen now. Or is there a new one? Chelsea home kit. They just released a documentary. What Nintendo did. No, about time the shirt gets revealed already. They've got to reveal. To be honest, they've got to reveal the shirt soon because we're going on pre-season soon, and we can't turn up playing in a blank shirt. So we got to do something. We've got to do something. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens, people. But yeah, something's obviously going on with Chelsea and Nintendo. Whether it's a shirt sleeve sponsorship, whether it's a front of shirt sponsorship, let's wait and see what happens on that front, guys. It's exciting now. That sort of thing gets you a little bit excited. You wonder what it possibly might be, guys. But yeah, Chelsea and Nintendo have obviously got something cooking up. We don't know what it is at this point in time, but it could be something decent. It could be something decent. Let's wait and see on that front. What are you lot saying about this? Nintendo, I'd love it. Can't lie, I would as well. Game Boy, the first ever handheld console. Yeah, it's great. Isn't our new shirt inspired by an 80s, 90s shirt? I'm not sure. Throw me back 20 years yet. To have Nike and the club badge with Nintendo products on it. I can't make any player references to it. No, I'm not. No. Nintendo logo's red. Doesn't feel like a player. And I don't think it is. I just hope it's not shocking. Half-Life 3. Nintendo's. I don't think so. I think it could be a sleeve sponsorship if it's anything to do with the shirt. I'd be surprised if it was a main sponsorship, but who knows? Let's wait and see how this one further develops, people. But guys, we're an hour in. I've got a few more bits to go through. People, let's have a little check-in on the likes update. Guys, 55 likes on my channel. Let's try and get this to 70 likes, people. Make sure you smash the likes if you haven't done so already. Let's get it up to 70 likes if we can on my channel. Another 15 likes. Hover over that thumb button. Give it a little click. It massively helps me out. It's free. It takes seconds. Don't be shy. Yeah, I'm really, really appreciative of it. So please do that. And exactly the same over on Chelsea Fan TV as well. People, make sure you run the likes up there as well, guys. Let's get my channel to 70 likes. And people, if you haven't subscribed to Chelsea Fan TV or my channel, make sure you do. Guys, I am 20 subscribers away from 3.6k. The aim, if possible, is to get 3.6k subscribers by the end of this stream, guys. There are 213 of you locked in across both channels. There's definitely 20 of you that haven't subscribed. So if you could subscribe, it would be massively appreciated. The link is now in the chat. All you've got to do is click the link and hit that big red subscribe button. It takes seconds and it helps me out more than you can imagine. Let's do this, guys. Let's see if we can get another 20 subs and get me to that 3.6k mark, because that would mean a lot to me. And I've put the link for Chelsea Fan TV in there as well. But guys, let's come together, a big effort now. Another 20 subs in the next 15-20 minutes before we round this one out, guys. But yeah, if we could get another 20 subs, that would be fantastic. People, do your thing. We're all Chelsea family here. Let's help each other out, people. Let's get another 20 subs. Big up yourselves, every single one of you in the chat, as always, people. As always. And if you want to let me know when you subscribed, guys, let me know in the chat, and I will let you know. Let me know if you subscribe to my channel or Chelsea Fan TV, or preferably both, people. But yeah, Let's do it. Yeah, bro, grinding daily. Yeah, you know, if you want that growth, you know, if you want to try and make it in the game, you've got to be grinding away on a daily basis, people. That's what it's about. Surely Pulisic will be playing the preseason. No, I wouldn't have thought so. I think Pulisic won't go on the tour. No, I don't think they would announce a sleeve sponsor before a main sponsor. Who knows? Maybe not. Lewis Hall, midfield or loan? Probably loan for me. Just subscribed, Ronnie. Big yourself up. Massively appreciated. Imagine they finish the signing and playing around with us. Yeah, who knows? Subbing on both Chelsea FC. Big up yourself. Really appreciate that, guys. Love as always to each and every single one of you. Right, people. Let's get into a couple of other bits then. Let's talk about attacking midfielders then, because there's been a little bit of news on that today. Let's talk Paulo Dybala first. We discussed it a little bit yesterday. Where are we? So understand Paulo Dybala. Yeah, here we go. Big up everyone in the chat that's subscribing, subbing on both. Line, share. Big up my guys. Subscribe to both. Fantastic. Top channel. No bias. Subscribe to both. Appreciate you, Rabbit Blue Blood. Guys, big up yourselves for subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. Let's get me to that 3.6K. That Samsung on the front just can't be beat. No, it's phenomenal. That Samsung on the front is so good. We need to sign him. Anyway, yeah, let's get to Paulo Dybala, guys, in a little bit more detail, people. So, Felix reporting that. Understand Paulo Dybala is a name on Chelsea's number 10 list. He's not an active target at this point, but was recommended by Pochettino as a versatile 10 option. Club also like him and his cheap €12 million release clause. Poch has contacted his camp, but Chelsea haven't directly made contact yet. As well as this, told Pochettino believes Dybala would transition very well into the English game and would add experience into the squad. Not an active target yet, though, as I said. So active target meaning no active negotiations or club-to-club contact. He's just on the list and he could be a good option. I mean, guys, I think this would be decent, you know. I really do. I don't really necessarily see a downside to this. Look, you got 18 goals and assists last season, G&A contributions last season in 25 games for Roma, including a goal in the Europa League final. Yes, his injury record is not the best. He missed 18 games last season through injury for Roma, but he's a talented boy. At 29 years of age, it's slightly outside the mould of the age range that Chelsea are signing necessarily, but it could be some much needed experience. It represents a cheap option in that number 10 role, a player that's versatile across the front line. And I think Chelsea could do a lot worse. If Chelsea can keep him fit, you know, he's not going to need to play every week. This is a smart signing and makes a lot of sense. Yes, you know, I think the club would rather a Gabri, Veiga or a Rayan Cherki, but these are obviously going to be expensive players, people. So Dybala at €12 million, which would be about £10 million. I think he would fit in well. But it's going to be a tricky one, people. It is going to be a tricky one because, you know, it's going to be down to him. If you're Dybala at 29 years of age, are you going to want to swap playing for Roma week in, week out, and Jose Mourinho, Italy, spent his whole career there, to come and be a bit part player at Chelsea as a rotational option, no European football? Ultimately, this is going to be down for him. I think from a club perspective, it's an absolute no-brainer and 100% makes sense, but it's going to be down to Dybala. What does he think is the right thing to do? That's the big question, people. That is the big question. What does he think is the right thing to do? And it's going to be down to him. I think he's skillful. He's got good attributes, good finisher. You know, he's proven a lot in the game. He's had a great career. And I think for €12 million, it's an absolute no-brainer. It's an absolute steal. It's low risk, high reward because, you know, if it works out, you know, you've got ourselves a very good player in our hands for virtually nothing in today's market. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens on this one, people. I really am. I don't know what the plan's going to be, but yeah, let's wait and see. He's certainly an option. I don't think he'd be the main option, but I can see why he's appealing in terms of release clause. That's important as well as his talent. I don't think his wages would be ridiculous either. And he would add some much needed experience to the squad. You know, the likes of Mudryk, Madueke and stuff could learn a lot from him. So yeah, let's wait and see on that front, guys. What are you people saying? He'd fit in well amongst the other South American players we have. Absolutely. good for Enzo. We have a lot of creativity with him. Wages would be decent. I think it's kind of good that he's injury prone, so it'll give the young players a sure gameplay, just as long as his contract is decent on wages. Yeah, look, he's not going to miss like loads of games and stuff, but he does have injury issues for sure. Argentina linked with Enzo Fernandez, Pochettino. We've got a bit of an Argentinian contingent going on over there. Yeah, he's only got to be fit for Premier League and domestic cups. Yeah, we'd have him, but I don't see him wanting Chelsea. He's way too comfortable there. Yeah, this is a tricky one. I don't know what he would personally want to do and what would be best for his career. Because obviously, you know, as I said, he's been in Italy his whole time. Palermo, Juventus, Roma. It's a tricky one. I don't really know what I'd do if I was him, but he's clearly a talented player. And if he wanted to come to Chelsea, then it's an absolute no-brainer on Chelsea's perspective. You get experience, you get a good option in the number 10 role, comfortable across the front line, decent wages, and you get some much-needed experience added as well. So I think from a club perspective, it's an absolute no-brainer. I do agree with this. This Roma kit is absolute fire, by the way. Like the old-school vintage badge, they've got Adidas supplying the kits again. That is a great shirt. I mean, that might have to be purchased. I can't lie. We got one game a week and he'll be rotated in because he won't get many injuries. It only takes one game to get injured though. But yeah, I see your point. He'll want a fair wage. New journey for him, new chapter. Yeah, possibly. I hope we don't buy him. Age-wise, injury prone, and this would disrupt the dressing room if not. I disagree on that. It's 12 million anyways. We can afford that. Care Home FC. Let's have. Yeah, you know, let's wait and see on him. Swap for Sterling. These swap deals don't happen, people. Of course, you do a swap for Sterling potentially, but yeah, those swap deals are absolutely not going to happen, guys. You know, there's a reason why the swap deals don't happen because there's so much you've got to agree. Nintendo videos out. What is the Nintendo video, people? If anyone's watched it, let me know. Is it anything to do with? Is it anything at all to do with club sponsorship or anything like that, or is it just a bit of work that the clubs have been doing together? If someone could let me know, that would be great. What is in the Nintendo video? Because I'm not on Threads unless they've released it on Twitter, which I don't think they have. So yeah, if anyone can let me know what's in the Nintendo video, that would be great. Age-wise, he's the same. Yeah, he's 29 years of age. So it'll be some much needed experience, which could be good. Let's wait and see how this one develops. I don't expect Chelsea to move fast on this one. I expect us to explore other targets. You know how much Dybala is going to cost. You just have to work on the player buy-in to see if he was keen. So, yeah, people, let's wait and see what happens on the Dybala front. But I think it's exciting for sure. It's an exciting move. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that one. Look, it's legit that he's on the list and he's a potential list of targets, and Poch admires him. But there's nothing concrete in terms of a move materializing at this point in time. The doctor needs a new patient after Pulisic left. I mean, he's not that injury prone. Yeah, he does have not the best injury record, but he doesn't miss hundreds and hundreds of games, people. That's the key thing. But yeah, is a swap. Yeah, swap deals do happen, but they're not very common. I'll take him. We're signing Mario and Luigi. There's a little video on Twitter. So it's nothing to do with sponsorship. So we're getting a little bit excited over not very much. Right, people, I'm going to quickly move on to a little bit of Gabri Veiga news, a tiny bit on Lukaku, and then we're going to round this one out, guys. Been going for a while at this point in time, but yeah, enjoying it with you guys as always. So let's just get this Gabri Veiga stuff. And Jacob Steinberg seems to be the main guy that has been pushing the Gabri Veiga stuff. You know, it has been reported by the journalists, but he seems to mention it a lot in his articles. And apparently, according to Steinberg in The Guardian, Chelsea are due to open talks next week over signing Gabri Veiga. We had that report from Santi, the reliable French journalist, saying that PSG were interested and they wanted to get a deal wrapped up by the end of this week. So they ideally wanted the medical to happen tomorrow on Friday. That seems unlikely at this point in time, people. So let's wait and see what happens on that front. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not against the Veiga signing. £34 million, one for the future. And ultimately, as I've always said, if Pochettino wants him, then let's bring him to the club. If he feels he can make it work, then then let's do it. You know, there's no reason not to do it. If Poch wants him, let's get it done, people. It's kind of as simple as that, really. You know, it really is. But look, look, Veiga's exciting. So you know, I would look forward to seeing him. Chelsea are refusing to meet Brighton's demand of 100 million. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah. What else have we got going on here? Yeah, you know, let's see. Gabri Veiga. Look, guys, what do you think of Gabri Veiga? What do we think, people, of Gabri Veiga? Gabri Veiga is so good that he was on the bench last night. Yeah, I think Veiga's a talented boy. I think he's a talented boy. Wonder if Veiga means we don't sign a Cherky type player. No, I look, for me, it's not. It's gonna be Veiga or it'll be Cherky. It won't be both, and that's the reality of the situation, people. It won't be both. I think he's good, and it could be developed into a very good player under Pochettino. Show on the Game Boy there is a Chelsea badge with a lion, and it's saying it's the 90s things. Fair. I don't know what it means. If Pochettino wants him, I'm sure he'll know better than us. Yeah, absolutely. And this is the thing at the end of the day. We're all going to have opinions as fans on players and whether we think we should sign them. But ultimately, the manager's in charge. We've got to trust the manager until he gives us a reason not to. And if Poch wants Gabri Veiga, thinks he's good enough, thinks that he can make him work in our system and his system, and he's going to be important to how Chelsea play, then absolutely, let's get this guy on board. Simple as that, really, people. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else to it, really. I really do think it is as simple as that, guys. If Poch wants Veiga, let's do it. But I'm not sure what we're waiting for to make. Why we're waiting so long to make a move? We know what the release clause is. The release clause has been there all summer so far. You know, this should be an easy deal to get done. So if we wanted to get it done, I'm not sure why we haven't done it. So yeah, let's move and let's get it done, people. Cherky, yes. Veiga, no. Absolutely no to David De Gea. Not good enough anymore. Not good enough anymore. And it's not an upgrade for us, unfortunately. And he wouldn't come to Chelsea anyway. Not too sure that I'd see him more of a Gallagher cover replacement. I don't know. I think he'd be a number 8. He's a number 8, Veiga. I think he would be a replacement for either Mount or Havertz. What's happened with the Caicedo deal? No, we shouldn't be worried about it not happening. Absolutely not. I'm fine with us dropping Caicedo deal. De Gea is not a good keeper, or United would not be looking to spend 60 million on Onana. Good signing and be good rotation player than Kunku, agree. Look, it's not going to be 100 million. Brighton won't get 100 million for him. They absolutely won't. But yeah, that's kind of the latest on Veiga, that Chelsea are looking to potentially bid for him next week, guys. So let's see what happens on that front. One final thing to go through, guys, is a tiny little update on Romelu Lukaku. Inter president has been speaking, so we're just going to quickly bring this up and see what's been said, guys. So Inter Milan director Pierre Osilio, Romelu Lukaku's an idea of ours, but he's a Chelsea-owned player. The dialogue never stopped. We know he can't be handed to us for a second season on loan, so we're evaluating if it's possible to buy him. And then there was a little bit more. Here we go. Inter Milan director Osilio on Lukaku. He knows full well that we want to bring him back here. We'll see if we can find a solution with Chelsea. Look, I think it's in all parties' interests to get this deal done for Romelu Lukaku. Let's wait and see what happens on that front. I mean, guys, what would you accept for Lukaku at this point in time? Look, I would take 25, 30 million. If we got 25 or 30 million, no, PSG don't have Veiga. They don't have Veiga. They haven't got him. Our successful managers seem to come from PSG in recent years. Who knows? Maybe. 25 cents. Do you have any more news on this? Nope, no striker news. Yeah. What do we think, guys? I mean, I think 25 or 30 million pounds would be good. And I think ultimately a deal will be reached. A deal will be reached, in my opinion, for Lukaku. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Ultimately, we just need to end this Lukaku saga. It's been a total disaster. We'll still be in negotiations with Inter, even if we don't get as much money up front and the rest comes in very attainable add-ons. Let's just get it done, guys. Let's just get it done, because it is so boring to keep having to go on about this Lukaku situation. We won't get that. I think 30 mil tops is what we'll get. Nothing, and I'll drive him wherever he wants to go. Fair. Inter Milan don't have any money. It's a waste of time. No, they do have some money. They do have some money. Release him, please. Just don't want to wear his name again. They'll have the Onana money when that comes in from United. 25 to 30 is good enough. Just need him to leave. I absolutely agree on that. So hopefully by the time pre-season rolls around, so by July 17th, this should be concluded. We need those player sales concluded by then. We absolutely do. But yeah, that's kind of the latest on Lukaku. Chelsea and Inter locked in negotiations, just trying to agree a price. 25 to 30 million. If we can get that, take the money and run, and forget that the Lukaku situation ever happened. People, I think I'm going to look to round this one out here tonight. Been quite a long one. Guys, thank you for tuning in. As always, big up yourselves in the chat to each and every single one of you. These streams are nothing without you guys getting involved. So I do really appreciate each and every single one of you that's got involved tonight, that gets involved every night doing this. It's great to interact with you. It's great to talk all things Chelsea as always. Guys, we're going to have a final call to action on the likes and a final call to action on the subscribers. People, I've got 69 likes on my channel. Let's get me to 80 likes minimum before we round this stream out. Please smash the like button on the way out. Get those likes up on Chelsea Fan TV. And most importantly, guys, still nearly 200 of us locked in across both channels. Make sure you subscribe. I need 14 more subscribers, guys, to hit the 3.6K mark. If 14 of you could subscribe on the way out, that would be so appreciated. It really, really would be, guys. 14 of you, it doesn't take much. It takes seconds. I'd be very, very grateful. So if 14 of you could hit the subscribe button on my channel, that would be absolutely wonderful. I would greatly appreciate it. So please do that, guys. And please also subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV as well, guys. But let's run the subs up, people. 14 more to go. Let's get me to 3.6K. Let's get more subs over on Chelsea Fan TV. Run the likes up as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, guys, it is greatly, greatly appreciated. I'll be back tomorrow with another daily transfer update. Make sure you stay locked in for that. Until then, guys, take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Up the Chelsea, and peace out, people.